guys, it's Miss Sandy from Calvert Library and welcome to Wiggle Wednesday. So today I'd like to sing a story that's all about bubbles. Bubbles are super fun to play with. I bet maybe you even have some bubbles in your house that you can play with. Or maybe next time you take a bath, you have some bubbles in your bath, you could sing this song. But you know what? I don't have any bubbles at my house right now. But that's okay. I can still sing this song because I can use my imagination. I can pretend like I have bubbles around me. It is so fun to pretend. Do you guys like to play pretend? You could pretend you're anything. You could pretend you're a princess, or maybe you're an astronaut. You could pretend like you could fly. So I'm gonna pretend like I have bubbles. Whoop, there they are, look. Pretend bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. So we're gonna sing a song about popping bubbles. Ready? It goes like this. There are bubbles in the air, in the air. There are bubbles in the air, in the air. There are bubbles in the air. There are bubbles everywhere. There are bubbles in the air, in the air. Where else could bubbles be? How about way up high? Can we sing about the bubbles way up high? Ready? Go. There are bubbles way up high, way up high. There are bubbles way up high, way up high. There are bubbles way up high. There are bubbles in the sky. There are bubbles way up high, way up high. Good job. Did you notice some rhyming words in those songs we were just singing? Let's think. There are bubbles in the air and there are bubbles everywhere. Those two words rhyme, don't they? They have the same sound at the end. How about our verse about bubbles being up high? There are bubbles way up high. There are bubbles in the sky. There you go. You got it. Good job. So what else could we do? Let's see if we can come up with another rhyme. How about there are bubbles on my nose? That's silly. Bubbles on my nose. So what could rhyme with nose? I've got it. How about there are bubbles on my toes? That's a silly rhyme, isn't it? Let's try that one. There are bubbles on my nose, on my nose. There are bubbles on my nose, on my nose. There are bubbles on my nose, and there's bubbles on my toes. There are bubbles on my nose, on my nose. That was a silly one. Good job. All right, how about, let's see if we can come up with one more. How about on my friend? Bubbles on, well, but wait a minute. I don't have a friend with me today. But wait, it's okay. I can use my imagination again. I can pretend like I have a friend with me, can't I? An imaginary friend. So let's sing about bubbles on my imaginary friend. You could try this too. Ready? There are bubbles on my friend, on my friend. There are bubbles on my friend, on my friend. There are bubbles on my friend. How I love to play pretend. There are bubbles on my friend, on my friend. Good job. Well, I hope you had fun with that song, and maybe you could come up with some new rhymes of your own at home. Thank you so much for joining us today for Storytime Snippets. Please stay tuned to Calvert Library's social media feeds for more snippets with books and music and fun. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.